Today we begin a brand new series here in Pro Wrestling Sim as I want to start fresh with a massive mod that is called Anything Can Happen 1992. This is the ultimate long journey, long-term booking mod. Basically, here's the gist. You're in 1992. It has over 2,000 workers fully reimagined, real pay-per-view dates, event locations, all the way through 2025. They said this the global scene fully realized, featuring detailed promotions, rosters in Japan and Mexico as well. It's also not focused just on the US. Built for the long haul, so that's gonna be great if you want to play years and years and years out. The real world randomness pack is also in this that has hundreds of major real life wrestling events that are hidden like landmines that it can be triggered under certain conditions, which is gonna be really fun to see. And they said they've added in a groundbreaking system giving AI bookers realistic gimmicks and characters tailored to each promotion in their era, like WWF's desire to own copyright of the gimmicks they use. All that kind of stuff is in there as well. So really, this is a massive sandbox going all the way through modern day. And Dave Meltzer is watching, they say, or commenting on the chaos. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So what we're gonna do with this, you see, here's all your different brands. WWF, of course, was the international powerhouse at that time, 1992. Also, you have, of course, WCW, which was one of the big ones under Ted Turner. Here's all your other different brands you see part of this mod. And I think for us, I'm wanting to focus on a brand that's kind of close to my upbringing. Again, I really wasn't a massive wrestling fan. I was born in 1990, so I didn't really get really into wrestling until the late 90s, and that was with the WWF. So a lot of this was not really going home for me. But I think for us, what we're going to do is we're going to start with Global Wrestling Federation, GWF, founded in 1991, just a year old at this time. The owner is Gray Pearson. The booker is Gary Hart. They have 44 people currently employed, and they're just a very small local sized promotion out of North America, taking place in the legendary Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas, which is where I was born and raised. So it's really cool. They air daily on ESPN, and they have a very small budget, of course. But here you see who they have. They have Chris Adams, Eddie Gilbert, the Patriot are their main eventers. Then you got Booker T and Stevie Ray, tag team action there. You got Wild Bill Irwin and Black Bart and Al Snow. I mean, you see some familiar faces that a lot of you will recognize, which I think super cool. So this is going to be our roster. This is going to be our group we're going to come in with for this brand. Of course, we're going to call this one GoBotch is the name, and we're going to call it GG2 just because that's what we do. And we're not going to change anything here. We're going to leave everything as it is and start the game. Here we go. Again, I hope you all are super excited about this series. I absolutely am, as I want to thank, again, our channel members and patrons so much for your generosity and donations to help support this channel and what we're doing here. Thank you guys so very much. But here we go. Again, we have $400,000. Currently, if you look at our events, we only have every Wednesday, we have our normal weekly show. There's no pay-per-views on this brand, nothing of the sort. We do have a plethora of titles, which is kind of cool to see. We have a Brass Knuckle Championship, Light Heavyweight Championship, a North American Heavyweight Championship. We have the North American Tag Team titles, the Television Championship, and the World Tag titles. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead right now, and I'm going to retire the World Tag titles. We don't need all of those. We don't need all of these right now. We don't need 2 tag titles for certain. So we have basically our main event championship here. We have mid-card title, mid-card title, mid-card title, and then we have our tag titles. So that's kind of where we're at right there with this. Again, looking at our network deal, we have ESPN. They will give us Friday afternoons, it looks like right now, and we'll get $10,000 a show. It expires in 1993. It's kind of where we're at as we stand right now. So what we're going to do for this first episode is I think we're going to book, again, probably do 3 or 4 shows to get started with today. And then I don't know if I'm going to do every single week going through their entire history. Since this is a long play, I'm kind of thinking we do like every so often, like we book like once or twice every quarter, and then just really get through the seasons. And that way we can see how this company can grow. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts, how you'd like to see me do a long play here. Because again, getting to 1992 all the way to modern day, that will take, I don't even want to think about how many episodes if we booked every single show. But if we just book here and there throughout the season, throughout the year, and each year is its own season, I think we can progress quicker, still be in a lot of control, and see how we can grow this company. So leave your thoughts and your feedback for me as we get going. Again, looking at the roster, I do want to go ahead and start with our filters. I always add in hireable as one of the filters we want to do. And I'm going to just go ahead and get that one on here. And we'll apply that filter on. So what we're doing with this now is I can look by hireability. And you see right here, Terry Funk. There's Terry Funk, 47 years old at this time in the game. Really, really good talent, really popular in North America as well, which is our key demographic, obviously. So he'd be a great guy to be able to bring in. Now you see the contract for him would be indefinite because this isn't a exclusive deal. This is not an exclusive deal. He would come in, basically still be able to work with other brands. That'd be really interesting. Now, again, right now he's unemployed, so this could be a really big hire for us early. So I think we're going to try for that. We'll bring in Terry Funk. We'll let him be this hardcore character. So let's find a hardcore. What's somebody that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Here we go. Hardcore legend. This could be really good. Loves hardcore brawler. Really like it. I think that's pretty good. Let's do the hardcore legend. We're going to bring him in for $6,000. And it's an indefinite agreement right now until he gets purchased basically by a bigger company. And he's coming in as a main event face. So we're going to try to get, there he goes. He accepts. We got Terry Funk added into the brand. And again, I'm not trying to spend too much more money early on, but I do want to bring in a big face like that can help push this company forward a little bit more. So now looking through what we want to do going forward is let's think about our championships as we get started here today. Our North American champion right now is the Patriot. So the Patriot, if we look at our main eventers, he is the world champ. He is a face. Okay, Terry Funk, he's a face as well. You got face. So we got a lot of faces. 30 years old is the Patriot. Really, really popular superstar. Doing a pretty dang good job. Terry Funk coming in here as well. Okay, who are some other... Let's see, we can do Eddie Gilbert. He is our champion for the television title. So we could do something. Here's our tag champs. We can have them booked up with Booker T and Stevie Ray, who are faces, and they're heels. That's perfect. So let's go ahead and do this first. Let's go ahead and do, let's go tag team titles. This is going to be one of our big things we want to start with. We're going to go you, Stevie Ray, Booker T. Hold on, who's the other guy? Was it Black Bart? Was the other guy right? Is that right? I need to make sure that's right. Tag teams. That was Black Bart and Bill Irwin. Perfect. So that works. That gives us our first feud we were wanting to do. All right. From there, we have Eddie Gilbert is our television champion. The Patriots are North American champion. Jerry Lynn's our light heavy champion. And then the brass knuckle championship's actually vacant. So I can't think of much better than to find Al Snow, who's a face. Doesn't have a lot of momentum, but I think if you get Al Snow mixed in with a feud with let's do that. Let's do Al Snow and Terry Funk. Get them started in a feud over the brass knuckle title. Now let's build that title up. So we got Al Snow and Terry Funk. Get that going. Okay. Try to get a main guy that everybody knows. Al Snow, try to build him up a little bit and introduce this title, maybe make it pretty big and large. Jerry Lynn, now we need something for him and the Patriots. So let's look at this. So again, looking at our main eventers, the Patriot, him and Chris Adams can be a good one. So let's do that. Let's go Chris Adams and the Patriot. GC F World Championship, basically. I'll just call it at that. Okay, and then We wanted to get Eddie Gilbert. Where do we want to put him with? Jerry Lynn there too. Who's Gilbert? What's Gilbert's title he's got? Oh, he's got the television title. So Gilbert and then Jerry Lynn. So let's see here. So Gilbert. Oh, let's look here. Gilbert is a face. Jerry Lynn is a heel. So, okay, I can make this work. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go champion versus champion. And it's going to be Gilbert and Lynn. Perfect. So those are two big four storylines that we're going to start this company off and running with. Again, right now, if you're looking for the women's roster side of things, we have none. No women are hired on this brand whatsoever. That's something we're going to have to progress and move forward with. We're going to have to, obviously, at this time in 1990s, there was only, I think, one really big women's brand out there. So it is what it is. But let's go ahead and book out this first show. Again, everything's in Dallas, Texas at this first venue. Again, right now we're looking at maximizing, and let's stay with the sellout. And again, I like to do the auto booking. Again, we only have a 60-minute show, so we're going to have to make it work. We can add 10 more minutes here. So we have an angle for Al Snow, Terry Funk. We have a match here with Action Jackson, Bull Payne. We have tag championship match with the Wild Bunch and John Hawk of the Dark Patriot. And then this is your main event. So who is this? Mid-card. That's not a main event. This is a better main event. All right, and we're gonna have these be that's gonna be the way we're gonna go. Let's do show intro. Let's see what all these are. So this is a completely different mod, so I gotta get used to different things here. Let's do an arrival and let everybody see Terry Funk. All right, let Terry Funk be seen, even though he's not gonna be in the show. And then we'll do a promo. Let's do call out. Let's do call out unanswered. So we'll have Funk call out Al Snow, who's absent. We'll see how that does. All right, so that's this is a pretty in-depth promo stuff, man. I kind of like it a lot. So that leaves us with 3 minutes left. Let's leave it at that. Now, do we have any agents? We do. We have two. We have Bruce Pritchard and Gray Pearson. Let's get Pritchard going with these matches for us here. Pritchard on that one. Pritchard, you're gonna book all of these, man. We'll go with it. So there we go. Pretty decent stuff. I want to see some of these other angles we have in here. Challenge for next pay-per-view, challenge for tonight, leaving arena, manager hype, rival, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 2-on-1 beatdown, workers. You got attacks. There's a lot, man. There's a ton of great things on here. Let's go down to the P's for promos. Entrance, debuts, company. Is there anything for promo? Promo is good. Okay, what about video? Is there a video? No video stuff. Okay. Interesting, though. You got turns. You got TV. Okay, TV, new show announced. Weekly show kicks off a Christmas-themed intro. Okay, cool. All right, I dig it. I dig what we have here. Let's book this thing. Let's see how we do. So, again, right now, the maximum we can get is a show rating of 45%. We've already exceeded this. The crowd reaction's excellent. The final score is not great because the match sucks. Terry Funk here is going to get an 85 for him arriving at the arena. We get an angle between him and Al Snow, who's not present. Did pretty good. This is decent. 1.5 star match between Billy Joe Travis and Major Yates. We'll take it. And then your main event coming up here. Let's see. Terry Funk called out by Snow. So we had multiple things for him and Al Snow. Okay, well, whatever. Doesn't make the most sense. But your champs retain. It's a 100 crowd reaction. Finishes with a 54 for us. And we gain popularity in our region. And we max out our show. So that's the best we could possibly do. We could have gotten up to around a 65, which is excellent. I just don't think we have the funds currently that we can afford to do that kind of stuff. So here's the thing we're looking at here. We right now have just under $400,000. If we look at production, we are at local TV ads for our advertising. We're at small part-time team for our back office. We're at no special stuff for our music. Our music right now, we have zero cost. It's copyright free. I think we're going to do the in-house, $30,000 per month for the cost here, $10,000 to implement this, and it's going to give us a plus 25 worker popularity gain. That's going to help us build some stars. So in-house music. We have cheap camera quality, low quality stadium staging and lighting, no pyro. Again, we could up the pyro. It makes it $10,000 a month. It increases our show to now 50% if we do that. You know what? Let's do that. I'm willing to throw a few risks out here. Now we're up to 50%. We're at below average video production and editing. And we have workers that work with the talent, writers that work with the talent, for our writing. So our cost per month is $265,500. So right now it's decent. Doug Gilbert is increasing his booking fee from $400 to $504. And we sold 500 tickets sellout. It was a $7,500 tickets in sales. Not too bad. All things considered, we'll take it. USWA is planning to build the company around Jerry the King Lawyer. WWF is making a contract renewal for Jimmy Snuka. Okay, so you get some info here. Again, keeping track what's going on. Let's go ahead and get pushed to our next go. Let's book it out. So again, I told you all the early portion of this first episode, we're just going to book every show we see. But going forward after episode 1, we may jump forward a couple months or something like that. Ric Flair wins the World Heavyweight Championship in WWF for the first time. For the first time. There you see the ratings. They got 7 million views for our Superstars of Wrestling on the 7th. That's crazy. What is this here? We made $10,000 in income from our 28,000 viewers from ESPN. That's nice. That's a good viewership. That's good viewership for us. 10,000 fans, right? Our 28,000, that puts us right there in the hunt below UWFI, Towering Terrors, WCW Saturday Nights, obviously way ahead of us. So in terms of like the bottom feeders, we're right where we need to be. We're building up. So let's go ahead and book out the second show. Again, same attendance, same everything. We could try to book the larger room. It cost us cost us double the amount. But I'm gonna do it 1 week just to see if we can make more money off this. Okay. All right. So let's do the auto booking a little bit here. Let's go through a couple times and get something we'd really like. So I'd like to have 3 matches, not 2. Let's keep auto booking until we get 3. All right. So Chaz Taylor, Major Yates, Al Snow, Dark Patriot, The Patriot, and John Hawk. That's your main event. That's your main event. You get the Patriot in a match. We're going to say it's for the title, and the Patriot will win, right? And we're going to have it be about a 17-minute match. That's pretty solid. We're going to have Bruce Pritchard run it. We're going to have Pritchard do all of these, matter of fact. And then this one here, kind of thinking we make this like a hardcore match for fun. Add a little bit of something to it, right? So hardcore, do we not have a hardcore match somewhere? Or like a no DQ? No DQ. Here we go. We'll do that one. And then Pritchard's got that. All right. Pretty good show overall. We got some angles we can book in here. So let's work on something with the tag team. Let's see here. Let's do Chris Adams and the Patriot. Let's get a promo. Let's get something with a promo here. Let's see here. Surprise invasion. No. Let's do a cryptic message delivered. No. Champion promo. No. Let's do champion. Man, some of these are tough. Big fight feel. I like that one. Post match. I want promos. I want an interview or something like that. Interview. All right. So let's do an interview. Worker cuts promo on Rival. I like this. Okay. So let's look at this. So let's look at personalities. We have Gary Hart. He can be the interviewer, not the interviewee. Dang it. Let's try this again. Dadgummit. All right, well, let's just go here. Let's do this. So it's going to be Patriot is interviewed about his rival, Chris Adams. And the interviewer right there. 5-minute interview should be solid. It's right before the match. Let's start the show with that. Actually, let's do a arrival. We'll have an arrival showing Terry Funk getting there, even though he's not going to be at anything here. Post-match, we could do something with Al Snow where he maybe gets attacked by Terry Funk. Post-match attack. Let's do that. Post-match chair shot ambush. I like it. He's the attacker, and he's attacking Al Snow, who's a mid-carder. I dig it. So that's going to happen after that match. And I think that builds what we need to. We got two of our feuds built in this. I'm going to lower these matches down a little bit here, and I'm going to do one more promo, and let's do something for the tag titles. So let's go tag team. Let's look at tag team. Let's do tag shot. Okay, here we go. Here's what I want. I want to go teams. We're going to have the challengers. Oh, you're not going to let me do this? Okay, well, that's fine. Fortunate for us, they're both right here. We're going to have them get called out. We'll let that be the case right there. And there we go. That's a pretty decent show. Let's book it. And here we go. We get an 87 first arrival for Terry Funk. We're going to get a 60. This is a 2-star match between Al Snow and the Dark Patriot. That did well for us. It's 100 for the crowd. The crowd loved it. They ate it up. Snow chair shot from Terry Funk. That did well for us. We get a 75 segment here. That did well. 87. Crowd didn't quite love this matchup between Chaz and Major. It's okay. Pretty good promo right there. 72%. Get our popularity gains. And then your main event is a dud, but it got to 100. It ended up being a 49. Champion retains. Gain our popularity, and we get the max of 50%. So that show worked out pretty dang well for us. Eddie Guerrero agrees to tour with CMLL. CMLL doing their thing. William Regal agrees to tour with them over here. Dude, think about Regal. If we could eventually get him over here into the States. Right now he's overseas. RVD, another great talent. How old is he at this time? 21 years old. RVD would be a huge guy to build around. Let's look at RVD. I want to see about him. I want to see about RVD. We got, by the way, 705 tickets sold. We made $10,000. Compared to where we were prior, that's $3,000 more. That's huge. That's worth every penny we spent on that. So let's go here. Let's go to hireable. And let's look at Rob Van. Is he not? Man, okay. What about Stone Cold? What's his name? That Gummit. Let's look at some other people here. Let's go by American popularity. Jesse Ventura. He's around. He's available. Mr. T, Billy Graham, Michael Buffer. That's really good announcer talent for us there. Jerry the Lawyer, Junkyard Dog. Some good talents I see here. Bam Bam Bigelow, pretty cool. Michael Hayes, Tully Blanchard. Got Paul Ellering, Kevin Von Erich, nice. Part of the Von Erich family. Pretty good workers there, but we're not going to try to go hire anybody else currently right now. All right, so let's just get to the next show. Let's book that one out. 6 days away. Let's, again, try not to hire too many people. We're trying to save money and grow is what we're trying to do right now early on, especially in the first year or so. We just want to put on steady matches and not spend the world's most money, right? So as it stood, let's see, we put on $10,000 income. We got 28,000 viewers. That puts us right here for your weekly shows. Pretty decent overall, but compared to the big dogs, nowhere near them, right? Nowhere freaking close to what they're doing. But we're growing in popularity in North America. We're doing what we need to be doing. We're at $404,000 in money now. Again, per month, 265 will be taken out. So we need to keep growing that as best we can. So again, we're going to go with a large venue in Texas. Can I do the specific sports stadium, whatever it's called here? Where is it? Sportatorium, right? Sportatorium. Is it not here? Texas Stadium, Sportatorium. Where is that? It's in Dallas, Texas. Just trying to see if they have the Sportatorium in the game that can fit our around 8, whatever we need. I don't see it. We get the Star Expo Center. Okay, let's see. I don't think it's going to be in here. Go to the gymnasium. Ton of venues, man. That is awesome to see how many venues they have in this game. Really, really cool, matter of fact. Okay, here it is, the Dallas Sportatorium. So they do have it, but it costs $23,000 to book. So we're not going to mess with that. We're just going to do for the time being, we'll stay with the large room. That will be it. All right, so we get an hour for the show. We got 3 matches on the card. Let's get somebody else out there. Let's go. No, not you 3. Can we get a title match out there? We keep getting Major Yates out there every week. All right, here we go. Got another tag match there. I'd like to get something with our main eventers out there. Let's keep looking. Al Snow, John Hawk. I like it. A Lightning Kid versus Jerry Lynn. We can make that a title match. And then, let's see. We need 3 matches, though. Okay. Al Snow, Dark Patriot, Ebony Experience versus the Wild Bunch. Jeff Gaylord and Jerry Lynn. All right. So I got for sure on this one, this is a title match where we can have Jerry Lynn defend his title. And Jerry Lynn's going to retain. Make it a pretty good match. We're going to cut that length down a little bit here. Non-title match here. Just want to grow the feud. And then I'd like to make this like a triple threat. Let's add Gilbert into the mix and Terry Funk into the mix here. Let's make it a fun one here. All right, Fatal 4. I'm not picking who's going to win this. Automatic. Let's see what that can do. All right, that's pretty good. So that leaves us with 18 minutes for promos. We need to get something with Gilbert and Lynn. So let's do a post-match. Post-match. Title shot. Lays. I like this one. So we can have Gilbert lay out Lynn. He's the mid card, right? Yeah, there he is. We can have him lay him out post match here. Then let's get a really good entrance. That's not a thing. I thought I had entrance. Here we go. Let's do entrance. Big fight feel. This could be cool. Let's do this one. So big fight feel here for Terry Funk. And who else is in this match? Gosh dang it. Let's not do that one. Okay, let's do something else here. Let's do champion refuses challenge for tonight. Trash talk leads to brawl. That's not a bad one. We could do that with Al Snow and Terry or Chris Adams and the Patriot. Let's do that and see how that does. And then that's good. All right, let's book it. Let's see. All right, so 51 total for this 1-star match. Jerry Lynn retains. Then we get our promo. After that, we get the attack. Gilbert blasts Lynn with his title. Tag match right here. You see the Wild Bill Irwin gets the pin. And then Chris Adams talks trash about the Patriot, leading to a war of worlds that erupts into a brawl. That did really well for us. And then your Fatal 4, 64%. So we're going to max out again at 50. Very solid show. We gain our popularity in North America yet again. So we're off and running. We're putting on some good shows. This one right here is going to lead us to Booker T is offered a contract by FMW. Now, is that an exclusivity deal? We also, you see the tickets there, baby. We sold more tickets. They made the most money we've made yet. Now, I don't need this to be an exclusive deal. I'm fine with Booker going and doing stuff as long as he can still make appearances and work for us, because we can't do we can't afford contract exclusivity at this point. We can't afford it. Let's get to our next show. Okay, so we're a month out. There's no pay-per-views for GWF right now. We don't have that set up. We're just working week to week trying to make it work. All right, Rod Price. He wants a title match. Well, you know what? We can make you have a title match, Rod. Who's Rod Price to us here? Let's see. Let's go to Price. Rod Price, he is, for us, a mid-card BA heel. Okay. So we could throw him in a title match and see what that can do for us, right? I think we can make that work, certainly. What else do we have here? So we're progressing forward. Here we go. So we got our viewership up. Highest we've had yet, 30,466. That's pretty dang good. Anything crazy? Random events. Michael shows signs of mellowing with age. It's not about me anymore. So that's interesting there. So these are some of the random events that can happen in this game you're reading about here. Undergoes major cosmetic surgery. Sean showing clear growth after serious training commitment. I like this. I like seeing some of these things. Weight loss. You get a weight loss thing here. Loses weight. War report. Upcoming push. Very cool. Very cool. Lex Luger's got an exclusive contract offer right now. Our contract is going to be running out for Booker T. So let's go ahead and up this deal for him. We're going to make it $250. See if he'll take that. He accepts. All right. We're good with that. So let's book out our last show for today's episode. Again, we're in the large local room. We're staying with it. That's been working well for us. So let's book it out. There's your 3 matches. I don't love them all. Let's keep booking. Terry Funk, Bull Payne, Patriot, Jerry Lynn. Let's do that as a main event. Let's do Terry Funk on the open. Now let's make every match 15 minutes. You're going to do your thing. You're going to make this a world championship matchup. Patriot will retain. And the purpose of this is to, how good are y'all? 60, 66. So y'all aren't going to be putting on a crazy match, but we could make, give it a major spot. And it'll be Jerry Lynn with a safety team. Put on a major spot there. Let's have some fun, right? This one here. Heel versus face. Let's make this a fun match gimmick here. Let's make this a no DQ. And then Terry Funk and Bull Payne. I like this a lot, actually. And let's make this one like a chaotic match. Chaotic, fun, and how good is Bull Payne? 52. Terry Funk's us 82. Terry Funk could steal the show. We're just gonna leave it at that. All right, so there's that. How are our storylines looking right now? We're at a 60, 74, 74, 65. So we really need to get some stuff cooking with really Jerry Lynn and Eddie Gilbert. That's done nothing for us so far. So let's get something for Jerry Lynn and Gilbert. Let's do an interview. Let's do a worker. Let's see here. Let's do backstage interview. Backstage interview. Let's see. Interview. Chat show interrupted by rival. I like it. Let's do this. Let's do personality. Gary Hart. Interviewee is going to be Gilbert, interrupted by Jerry Lynn. That's going to be the first segment we run. Then let's get something for our tag team. Let's do 2-on-2 beatdown. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, no, that's way too much. Rescuers. You know, we can do this. We can go. Attackers are the good guys. Are the bad guys. The good guys are attacked. And then we'll have some random people like Jeff Gaylord and Alex here come to the rescue. Throw that one in there. Still have 5 minutes. So let's have a celebration for our face off. Let's go face off. Or stare down. Stare down. Do we have a stare down? Incoming competitor crosses path. Ooh. Let's do a lights out stare down to finish off this show with Chris Adams and the Patriot. I like it. Make it feel big time after the show. All right, so what we can do with this is drop this down a minute. I need to cut a little bit more time. Man, this is 15 minutes on the segment. It's crazy. All right, we're good. We're perfect. We're maxed out. Let's book it. So we get a 69 segment for the first match there. Terry Funk with the win over Bull Payne. Then we get our promo. Did a 68. Not the best, but it's okay. We get a 57 here with a 1.5 star match with Dark Patriot with the win over Barry Horowitz. We get our tag team promo. It's going to help everybody's popularity of everybody involved. Then your main event matchup. Here we go. 66. The Patriot beats Jerry Lynn to retain the title. But then your post-match, Chris Adams stares down after the lights go down. He appears. They have a face-off there. We get our popularity gain, and we max out at 50. So it's good cooking for us. We did a really good job. We sold 838 tickets, profit out with ticket sales at $12,570, which again, very easily makes us money. And let's get ahead to our next show we would be booking and see. I'm curious to see how the viewership did on ESPN this week. I feel like we've been going up and up every single week so far. Let's hope that's remaining to be the case, right? So here we go. So we $10,000, 30,952. Okay, not bad as it stands. You know, we're right behind WWF and the Royal Rumble for viewers' choice. Time Warner, WCW. So everybody ahead of us is the bigger companies, right? Everybody ahead of us is the bigger, more established companies. So we're doing everything we should be doing right now. To the point where at some point down the line, we may want to look into, our pay-per-view for something for us we can do. Like if we're going to have a pay-per-view in North America, trying to see if there's a company that will work with us. Right now, there's really nobody as it stands, but that could be a really interesting thing to look at. We can do cable video. But at some point down the line, we may look at pay-per-views. Right now, that may not be in the cards because we're so small. We're still, right now, as it stands, a local promotion size, but we're making money. We're profitable. Our finances are growing every single week. That's what we need to see. So again, leave your feedback for me down below for our start here with GWF and Global Wrestling Federation from the 1990s all the way to modern day. We're going to see how we can grow this company and see if we can reshape wrestling history as we go along the way. Again, future episodes, we're probably not going to play week to week like we were doing right now. Future episodes down the line, we probably are going to look to progress, 30 days out, book a show or two, 30 days out, book a show or two, and go from there. That way we progress through seasons quicker and see how things go for us. So again, leave your feedback as always for me down below. Hope you're excited about this new series as much as I am. Really wanted something fresh and new and a big challenge for us with a really small upstarting wrestling promotion. But again, thanks so much to our channel members and our patrons for your love and support and your donations and your generosity. Just thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Without y'all, none of this is possible. But as always, God bless. And if I could pray for you in any way, comment down below. I'd love to do that for you guys. And until then, we'll see y'all here in the next one. Y'all take it easy.